Ina de Vries. I'm a counseling psychologist and a wellness coach. Welcome to Well at Life, where we focus on your overall well-being so that you can do well at life. Albert Einstein said that intellectual growth should commence at birth and only cease at death. And that is our topic, intellectual wellness. Now, when you're intellectually satisfied, you really are curious about life and about what goes on in the world, and you want to learn new things and acquire new skills. It probably also means that you're open to have your beliefs and your thoughts challenged, and that you like to go into discussion and have different opinions and different viewpoints thrown at you. And it also means that you find time to learn new skills and to engage in creative activities. But if you are not intellectually on a wellness path, it might be that you are bored and dissatisfied with where you are in life, and that you tend to shut down other people's perspectives and opinions because you want to cling to your own mindset. Now, curiosity is one of the key elements in our intellectual wellness dimension. And the reason for this is that the more curiosity you have, the more you want to learn and want to acquire skills. And this puts you in a great position to really free up your mind and let new ideas and new perspectives and new things come into your life. It's sort of like, making space on your hard drive so that you can have new files in there. Same principle. Curiosity really helps you to open up your hard drive. So, yes, curious people are people that ask questions and they read and they explore and they actively seek out new information and new experiences. And they also challenge themselves to go beyond their comfort zone, to learn new things and to experience new things. So my invitation to you would be, if curiosity knocks on the door, please open it. Now, a lot of researchers have been so curious about curiosity, and from different perspectives. It's mainly from the humanities or the social sciences, and a lot of research has really been going into curiosity for the last few decades. So here are some of these research findings. First off is that curiosity is excellent for your brain health, because the more you open yourself up to new experiences, the more you keep your brain active and alert, which is obviously immensely helpful in old age, because our minds are like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes, and the more you can use it. And I really can't think of a better mental exercise than curiosity. Of course, you need to be curious about the job that you're in if you want to excel in it. Because the more you ask questions and the more you show a willingness to learn from others, the more you really acquire the knowledge that you need to become an expert in your chosen field. So you really need to show that you want to progress and that you want to learn new things in your job. Even if you've been in your job for the past 10, 20, 30 years, there's always something new that you can learn. Always a new aspect about your own job or your own career that you can learn. And don't throw away the gift of mentoring. Yes, you can always be mentored by someone else, or you can act as a mentor for another colleague. And that, of course, stimulates your problem solving and your innovation abilities in your job, because the more you know about your work, the more you see your job from different angles, the better you will be at solving problems and in inventing new ways of doing your job. Research has also shown that curiosity is a key element in intellectual abilities and intellectual development. Now, that would be like your IQ and your learning ability, because the more you're interested and the more you're curious about a topic, the more you prime your brain to learn better and faster and to retain the new information better. So yes, curiosity is wonderful for learning and for your memory. Then something else that the research has also shown is that people that are curious really analyze their own failures, not because they're ashamed or out of guilt, but because they're keen to know what went wrong and what they can do to rectify it. And that, of course, primes them for better success next time when they try something new. And that brings me to social connections, because social connections are also something that benefit from curiosity. And that stands to reason. The more you're interested in those around you, the more questions you will ask, and the more you will understand other people and their viewpoints and their life experiences, which of course will heighten your empathy. And that will also lead to having less misunderstandings and less conflict, because you know other people better. Very interesting is that research also showed that people that are curious and that are open-minded and want to have new experiences and learn new skills are not easily bored, because they have enough to occupy them, and that they also have a higher life satisfaction and feel that their life has more meaning and more purpose. So you can see that curiosity is really very important. We need to become more curious. Now, how do we cultivate curiosity? Well, the golden rule of being curious would be to ask questions and to never stop asking questions and being interested in really knowing the answer. So yes, always ask how, what, where, why, who, what, and do this as often as possible, because the more questions you ask, the more you spark your own curiosity and your own imagination and your own problem solving skills. Then of course, reading is one of your best ways of cultivating more curiosity, because the more knowledge you have, the more you would want to have. And yes, so challenge yourself, to read a wide variety, to have a random selection of reading material and different types of reading material, like audiobooks and books and magazines, and really try to find books and magazines about topics that you've never read before, and try anything. Join your local library and just take out books from different genres and different topics. Then of course, very important thing is to be creative, to create something, and this can be anything. You don't need to be Picasso, or you don't need to have all these these creative abilities or talents. Just create. Because people have this misunderstanding or this misconception that if you do arts and crafts and hobbies, that this is not really intellectually stimulating. And that's where they're wrong, because as you do your hobby or you do arts or crafts, you're really developing your own imagination and your own problem solving skills, and you're expanding your skill base and your knowledge base. So I would like to challenge you to try new hobbies. Try things that initially look difficult and that you find difficult, because as you struggle with it a bit, that really fires up your skill level and your imagination and your creativity. Other thing I would also like to invite you to do to cultivate your curiosity is to wander around. Not walking fast, driving fast, just meander. I love the word meander, wander around. Because the more you connect with the world around you, be that in your neighborhood or in nature, or even in the mall, just wander around and be observant of people and things and places, and really see the world from different angles. Another thing that you can do, which is also creative and also helps you to see things from different perspectives, is to take photos. Yes, so as you're walking around, as you're wandering around, meandering, take a few photos to really spark that different perspectives that you want in your life. And yes, do boost your own brain power. You know, earlier studies into neuroscience made us believe that by the age of 25, your brain has reached its developmental capacity, and that is that. You know, from then on, it's only downwards. But now we know more about neuroplasticity. And this is your brain's ability to restructure and rewire itself as, you know, it senses the need to adapt. Now, the past year and a half, nearly 2 years, has really been quite challenging, and I think we've grown some new neural pathways to adapt to COVID and to the new normal that we now have. So yes, use your brain and really boost your brain power by playing. Yes, playing games, word games like Scrabble and you know, filling in a crossword puzzle or building a puzzle or playing Sudoku. Anything that gets your brain moving and gets it active. Learn a new language or learn how to play a music instrument. Go on a virtual tour, you know, or yes, challenge your brain, because as you do this, you really are stimulating and improving your own concentration, your focus, your learning ability, your memory, and your problem solving skills. So yes, stay curious. In mindfulness, we talk about having a beginner's mind or a beginner's eye. So really start looking at yourself and your environment in the world you live in with a new fresh eye, almost childlike, like a child would experience life and would experience the world. The second concept that I would like to discuss is how to have a growth mindset. Now, this term was first coined by Dr. Carol Dweck from the University of Stanford, and she has done a lot of research on human motivation in the past 30 years. And with growth mindset, she really focuses on people that believe that although they might struggle with certain skills or not be good in certain things and not have high abilities in a specific thing, that it is not fixed, it is not set in stone, and that you can improve over time and with hard work and effort. On the other side of the coin are the people that think no, your abilities and your skill sets are fixed. It cannot change. It is what it is. It doesn't matter how much effort you put in or how much time you spend on a task, you will not improve. So let's look at the following graphic that explains the difference in these two approaches much better. Let's discuss the differences between having a growth mindset and a fixed mindset. People with a growth mindset have the belief that the intelligence and abilities can be expanded and developed through hard work and effort. And they're mostly concerned about learning more and getting better. They see other people's success as an inspiration, and they're very process focused. Challenges are welcomed because they want to put more effort into overcoming it, and they persevere and work through it. Mistakes are treated as learning opportunities, and they also welcome feedback because they use this to learn and grow. In contrast with this, people with a fixed mindset have the belief that their intelligence and abilities are fixed or ingrained. It cannot be changed. They're most concerned about how others perceive them and sees the success of others as a threat. Their focus is on performance. Challenges make them want to give up, and they feel very discouraged because they believe that this lowers their abilities. Mistakes are things that must be avoided, and they hate making mistakes. Feedback from others are seen as a personal attack, and they tend to become defensive. So yes, we have to understand and remember that these two approaches are not static and that they can change over time, and that people use different approaches or different mindsets for different skill challenges or different situations in their lives. So they might be using a growth mindset for a specific time in their lives, and they might be using a fixed mindset for other times in their lives. But now, how do we acquire a growth mindset? Well, first off, by really changing our inner dialogue or our inner conversation and learning the power of the word yet. So instead of saying, I can't do that, rather say, I can't do that yet. Because that sets a firm intention that you will be able to do that, given hard work and effort and, really getting the skills to improve. And then also, if you want a growth mindset, you need to really change the way that you approach a challenge and take it from being a challenge to being an opportunity. So if you're faced with a difficult situation or with a challenge, just stop and try to reframe it and try to really generate and brainstorm ideas of how you can overcome this challenge. So it doesn't have to be a perfect plan. It doesn't have to be plan A. It can be B, C, D, E. It doesn't matter. Try anything and everything, because the focus here is on the process. The process of generating plans, of generating ways to overcome a challenge, instead of just giving up. So let your focus be on the process. Then, of course, the next one might be a bit difficult, but that is to really celebrate other people's successes and their growth moments. Rather see it as an inspiration than a competition that you've lost. And think to yourself, if they can do it, I can do it. If they can open this gate or unlock this door, I am going to walk through it as well. So that puts you in the position of having success of yourself, by yourself or for yourself, because you actually believe that what's possible for someone else is also possible for you. And yes, I challenge you to send that WhatsApp or that Facebook post to congratulate that person, or give the high five, because you have changed from being in competition with those around you to really seeing what they do as inspiration and motivation for your own life. And then I also want to ask you to see feedback as a gift. Learn to really appreciate feedback and not only see it as a personal attack, or that someone is trying to grind you or trying to only focus on your mistakes. Rather see feedback as a suggestion of areas in which you can improve, and also view it as inspiration and motivation, because at the end of the day you still have the choice whether you want to act on that feedback or whether you want to dismiss it. And also learn to appreciate the time and the effort that was put into that feedback. You know, if that person wasn't interested in you, or didn't think that you can improve, or didn't want to motivate you, they wouldn't have bothered. They would have dismissed you with a, no, it's fine. Or they wouldn't have said anything at all. So learn to really use feedback to your advantage, so you can improve. Use it as motivation to work harder and to put the effort in. I would love to hear from you, so you're welcome to leave a comment. Tell us all about challenges that you've overcome, and how your own growth mindset has helped you to overcome challenges in your life. Also remember to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos.